we're into the last stages of the Milo 2 build. Richard and Simon are back here today to give me a bit of a hand. The last few days I've been plugging away on my own. I got the lid sorted out, the new roof. Richard's already made comment on my metalworking and painting prowess.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you get when you're restoring cars, let's just say that. But it is solid and it'll keep the rain off my head. The dog's really annoyed about it, as usual, because it meant a lot of welding. So he hasn't been the same since. What else is going on? Well, there's a whole lot. I even had time to knock up a console. Been meaning to do that for ages.
Good, I'm quite impressed with that.
No, you're not. Be honest, mate. Be honest. It'll look all right, the bit you see. The rest of it, I don't care. It's functional. It's good function. Strong. And because it's a tin roof, I had the chance to whack in some hangers to hang the console off it. A lot of people don't realise, you know, they whack consoles into cars. That's one of the big shake points, especially in a 40 series or anything with leaf springs. And there's a lot of vibration. I must have repaired Milos about 100 times over the years. Anyway, Rich has put the new door together. You know, it's got the quarter vent and everything else. It looks lovely. And then we whacked it in there and look, issues.
Not good.
It's not good. It's not the door, it's because this often happens when you take out a bent panel and put in a straight one. Straight away you realise the rest of it's a little crooked too. Being a 40 series, it's not that much of an issue. They're basically very, very strong. But what we have to do now, as it fell, it must have pushed backwards on that kind of an angle, eh?
Yep.
And so that's what all these dents are. Now we're looking closely, we're seeing a little crimp mark.
Cracks in the seals.
Yeah, a bit of crack there. So we've got to work out a way, this side of not using a porta power, because I haven't got one, of getting this corner forward a little bit and out. So we're actually going to get Milo out, warm her up, use the winch. That'll be attempt number 1. Maybe the high lift jack will be number 2. Couple of pulls, one here, one there. When the door shuts, we'll know we've got it right. There's nothing too hard about working on cars. As long as you approach it from the point of view of anything's possible.
Definitely.
Definitely. And in this case, anything is possible because it's a long way to the lunchtime beers. Okay, this is the airbox that got crushed when Milo 2 fell over, all on its own, had nothing to do with the driver. And I think the truck wants to do it back to me. That's another point. So the little air pump got crushed. Well, that's no problem. Paulie Read got us another one, works like a beauty, but we didn't have the seal here. So when I wasn't watching, Simon went and pinched one of my beer coolers, and this one came all the way from Perth, you know, 4-wheel drive adventures. G'day guys. Awesome mob of blokes, awesome beer cooler, and now it's an awesome seal all around here. This was Sikaflexed on with 227, which we've got a tube of that for just about everything around here, and it'll do the job. Beautiful. Comfort. One of the best things about Milo 2 compared to Milo 1 is the radio, believe it or not, because I've got one of those new Uniden, it's all in the handpiece radios, and I love the thing because it's all there, you know, and after a while it becomes intuitive, so you don't even have to look at it when you're looking to switch it on or off, to change channels, whatever. I reckon it's the best step forward in UHF transmissions ever. However, in Milo 2, it was all floating around in the glove box because I didn't have a console. And I like to have my radio up here so I don't have to take my eyes off the track. I can talk, not a problem. So I had to build a console. Now, you're looking at the rough end of it. I was in a hurry, but it's solid. It is so solid because it's just plywood glued and stapled together, which I've found gives enough flex to survive in a 4-wheel drive environment. I've had battery boxes in the back of Milo that I built years ago just doing exactly this. It's something we used to do all the time in mining because it's such a good way to build something out of timber, plywood, because at the end of the day, it's naturally insulating. Plywood these days, all marine ply, all of it, so it doesn't rot. It's just fantastic stuff, and if you give it a bit of a clean up and a slap of the old clear, it looks all timber-like and, you know, oh, really good. But this will be the mounting spot for the new UHF. It can hang up here. Notice I've put speakers and a radio slot in because in Milo 2 you can actually hear yourself think, so I got a chance of running a radio. I can listen to me and the duck on AM, and I cut some slots. Now, there's nothing trick about that, all right? It's just a box. I built it basically because I had the lid off and upside down on the bench so I could get in there and do it. But come and have a look at this, because this is the real gist of fitting a console to a four-wheel drive. The whole thing about sticking any sort of console in the four-wheel drive is it's up high, so constantly the weight of the thing is pulling it down. Add in corrugations and fiberglass roof on most 40 series, you got issues. If you look at Milo's, it's fallen out that many times it's not funny, and I've actually got it loosely zip tied in there around the roll bar. That worked. This time around, tin roof, got a chance to try something totally different. So I actually Sikaflexed in some timber that I can screw direct into, and these little bits of galvanised iron, they support the front of the console, and I can reach those through the glove box bits. Now, you would not believe how many cartons of thinking material it takes to come up with sheer genius like this, honestly, which may explain why the workmanship's a little on the burpy side. But it's all good, because for the first time ever I've got a console I can rip in and out. It's going to have some lights and some wiring and the UHF and stuff that I want to get out occasionally, but it'll be mounted solidly. It'll actually add a little bit of strength to the roof, maybe. Cool. Okay, here we are at Bodget Repairs. Sorry, Rich is a professional, but I'm not. Between us, we come up with some pretty stupid things. This might work though. We're going to start out just using this hard ratchet strap to pull the back of the cab this way. We only need, what, half an inch tops?
Yeah, not even that, probably.
Not even that. So, you know, the way this works is you pull something the way it was pushed. You know, you've probably seen me do this with Milo in the past. And if you can go a little bit over, it'll spring back to maybe where it should be. If this doesn't work, then we're going to try the winch on the front of Milo. That'll work, or it'll just drag Milo too halfway down the yard. But let's give this a go, mate, see what happens. You watching?
Yep.
Oh, putting some weight on it.
Go on.
Oh, I can hear it cracking. Is that good or bad?
No,
I can see it moving.
that's where we want to be.
Well, let's hop down. I'll just shut the door, see what happens.
It won't be right on the...
Well, that's a little bit over, so it might spring back.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Should we try it? Or do you want to go a bit more while we're hooked up?
No, let's try that.
Oh, it's a bit of pressure on this thing.
Right, go on then, go again. I reckon 3 or 4 more cracks.
As long as none of these cracks are the windows. Tapping stick, coming up. I'd like Rich to use the rubber one, but ever since he saw Thor, he's been eyeing off me steely. There you go, mate. It's moving. I saw that move.
Right, give that a go.
If this works, mate, I'm going to buy you a beer.
Yeah? Hope it bloody works. Oh, mate.
Look at that, mate. I think
Very
look at
intense,
that. Look at that. Oh, it could probably go another bit, but I don't think we'll bother, eh?
No.
There you go. Now, how hard was that? Not very hard at all.
Now, where's my beer?
Oh, gee. We just had a bit of a dummy fit of the new steel roof for Milo 2. Had a fiberglass one on it. Couple of minor differences, mostly to do with the way I welded a bit of extra strength into the sides here. I got this side wrong, and so we've just got to cut a bit of a groove here to fit the slot that goes over the windscreen, and that's about it. Shouldn't be too long, and we'll have a nice flash green roof on Milo. Now, most people know this, but there's always been this bit of a thing with 40 series. If it had a steel roof, quite often the truck would be the same colour as the roof. If it had a white roof, it was always fiberglass. So that's why I painted it green. Plus, I really like green, in case you hadn't noticed. Righto, you want to do it or me?
Oh,
You do
I
it.
reckon you should fix your
my new paint. I hope that wasn't one of my new welds cracking.
Never.
Never! My way a bit. Ooh, that's like a bought one.
Nice one.
Yep. Anyone who's looking at this and thinking, that's a slightly different shade of green, John. This is from the can of paint that I got from Luxury Paints up in Toowoomba. My mates up there, they're four-wheel drivers. Go and see them if you need paint, because they know what they're doing. And they actually did the colour match on this based on a video and a magazine. And look how close they got. And why am I using their paint? Because I used it on Milo, it was awesome. But they don't make Wattle Mid-Brunswick green anymore in a can. They make shika packs, but no big cans. Can you believe that? You know, like, I might have been the only person in Australia buying the stuff, but I bought a lot of it. What's wrong with you, Wattle? Okay. Oh, we're getting near the end of the day. It's been a big one. We've got a lot going on around here, fair income, like you would not believe. You can probably see the door's looking a bit hospitalised. It's got tape all over it. And I'm having a beer. Here you go, Rich. End of the day, Roothy's shed. We do it right here, you know. We really do. Slow. All right, I better get stuck into this screen, I suppose. We're nearly ready for it. Okay, top. Where do you want this to finish? Probably
at the top.
Do the top. Yeah. All right.
No, you hold that there then.
Okay.
I haven't done this for a while. So.
Oh, I saw you kick one out the other day. You did a good job of that. This is a Roothy innovation using plastic covered wire.
It's green as well.
And it's green, which is more for good luck than anything else. I've done it a few times using wire. It just seems a bit more slippery than the string I used to use. Righto, mate. You want me up there?
Oh, yeah. Make sure it's up there. Okay. Press hard.
Pressing hard. Any harder will fall off.
Yeah.
I think this coming around the corner.
Coming around that side.
3 inches off, Rich. Oh!
She's gone.
She's gone. Look at that. I kind of liked it without the glass.
Don't shut the door. Don't shut the door. It's still going off.
Milo 2, brought to you by the best names in the business and a whole bunch of my mates helping out.